team. Kind of a solo video for tonight. By the way, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year from Team Tide. We very much appreciate the views, the comments, the subscriptions. Keep the feedback coming too, because anything you can tell us about how to improve our videos. We're not very good at this, so we're just starting out. And any feedback is welcome. Anyway, point of today's video is maximizing cruise credits. So we take a lot of cruises on Royal Caribbean. That's our cruise line of choice. There's a lot of history behind that. But suffice to say, a long time ago, I'd taken a bunch of Royal Caribbean cruises and then kind of stopped. And then with Team Tide, with 5 of us, we started cruising again. And that put me a little bit ahead of the game in terms of points. And in Royal Caribbean, if you're in a cabin with somebody who's at a higher status level, then basically you collectively get that status level. So right now I am a platinum, Sharian is a gold. I believe my last cruise just got me to emerald. I think Sharian's still in gold. Either way, there's 5 of us cruising. So when we decide to invest in a cruise vacation, we also want to figure out how to maximize the points. So let's take a look at how I do that. On Royal Caribbean, I generally book my cruises on their website. Now, I've heard people tell me that booking through a travel agent is a better idea, because travel agents are going to be able to get you more bang for your buck, online cruise credit, things of that nature. Maybe that's true. I'd love advice from anybody who watches this video. Please feel free to comment and tell me what I'm getting right, tell me what I'm getting wrong, and tell me where I can optimize. I'm just going to share with you my experience on Royal Caribbean. Now, I think Royal Caribbean is one of the best cruise lines out there. I've been cruising with Royal Caribbean for 20 years, a lot more often recently. And I didn't really play the points game with them until about 3 years ago. That's when I started getting serious. Now, why play the points game on Royal Caribbean? It really boils down to access to amenities and, to a certain extent, vanity, I guess. I've joked with Sharian that excuse me, that our Team Tide goal is to get as many cabins with doorbells as we can. I mean, you got to shoot for something, right? So let's start out at the Royal Caribbean page. Obviously, you should think about where it's easy for you to cruise from first. So number 1, sign up for the Crown and Anchor Society right away. You can do it. It's a link off the webpage. They've got 6 loyalty tiers, and the tiers have various benefits that we'll just breeze over real quickly. But sign up for Crown and Anchor. Understand the tier levels. When you do look at the tier levels, these are all the benefits. We'll check it out later. Read this carefully, the Crown and Anchor Society terms and conditions, because this goes over exactly what you get at each level. And if you want to crush it and get to like Diamond, which is really the most interesting level, I'll give you some tips on how to do it. I can certainly tell you how I've done it. So, so let's assume you've signed up for Crown and Anchor, you understand the tier levels, and you're ready to book your cruise. Some people will say, book a longer cruise. And I get that if you want to keep the costs down, especially transport to and from the cruise port, those airfares can add up. What I typically do is something like this. I'll go and find it, the nearest departure port to me is Los Angeles. So I'll go here, and then I'll search the cruises. This 4-night Catalina and Ensenada cruise I've probably been on 5 or 6 times. I'll view the dates, and okay, there's a date coming up. It's only $259 for an interior cabin. Now, you could book that as a solo traveler. In that cabin, you're going to pay roughly double the cabin fee. So for $500, you're going to get 4 points. You'll get 4 points for the cruise. Because you're a solo traveler, you'll get another 4 points. So that gives you 8 points for this cruise times, 4 nights, 2 points a day. Yeah, you'll get 8 points for this cruise. But you can bump that up to 12 by booking a suite. So that's going to be $631. And although it is going to cost you more than twice as much, right? Because you're looking at about $1,200 to $1,300 to book a suite. But again, as a solo traveler, you'll get 12 points just for that. And if you go on 6 of these cruises, well, you're already up to 60 points, which gets you very, very close to Diamond. It certainly gets you through Emerald, and that's my goal. So there's a great PDF on the site that talks about the benefits. Generally, this chart doesn't make it look so good. But again, when you factor in the cost of alcohol, especially if you haven't bought a package, or the cost of Johnny Rockets milkshakes, again, if you haven't bought a beverage package, and I will point out that the refreshment package, which is the package just below alcoholic beverages, that includes Johnny Rocket shakes. At least it does on Navigator of the Seas. But generally, the discounts start piling up once you hit Diamond, Diamond Plus, and Pinnacle Club. I don't know how you'd ever get to Pinnacle Club. Maybe if you lived on a cruise ship like Super Mario. But still, it's possible to get at least up into very interesting territory. And again, once you do that, your benefits across the ship just skyrocket. There's when you get up to Pinnacle Club, you're talking about lounges and private parties and all kinds of stuff. You get to meet the captain. Fairly cool stuff. So, kind of getting back to the point of this video. So what's my strategy? My strategy is to find a inexpensive cruise, find the lowest cost day, and book a suite. That's going to give me 3 points for every day of the cruise. So in this case, for Catalina, I get 12 points a pop. Here, 5 times 3, 15. Not bad. And that adds up very quickly. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to address them in the comments below. We've taken the 7-night Ensenada Cabo and Vallarta run. That was very nice. We've done Catalina and Ensenada a whole bunch of times. We actually just posted some videos of a cruise we took earlier in the year, and you can find the links to those videos below. So book your cruise, maximize your stay. Again, back-to-back cruises sometimes offer bonuses. Occasionally the cruise line will do a double points bonus. Look for special promotions. That could turn a 4-night 12-point cruise into a 4-night 24-point cruise. And I scored one of those once, and that made a big difference. Utilize partners. Often there's a Royal Caribbean credit card offer right now through Bank of America. We have it. I've yet to figure out how to convert these points into cruise points, and I'm not actually sure there's a way. But between credit cards, partner hotels, and airlines, you can occasionally find something. I think that's about it. I appreciate your time. Thanks for tuning in. I realize this is a bit of a short video, but a little bit of background on how we do our cruising. Oh, so I'll give you a scenario that is also interesting. So I will be Emerald. I'm already Emerald. So on our next cruise, I'll be Emerald. Sherry Ann is still Gold, but if we're in a compartment together, collectively, you're considered Emerald. So what we did on our last cruise is Sherry Ann booked 2 inside cabins. She was in one. She and Jupiter were in one cabin. Ella and Kyla were in another. And of course, they booked their room. Sherry Ann booked the room for her and Jupiter. And then because I'm so much further ahead in cruise points, I booked a solo suite to score 12 points. Jupiter, who snores like a rhinoceros, basically got his own cabin because she just migrated up to stay with me in the suite. The customer service agent at Royal Caribbean was able to find us at nearly the same price, 2 joined balcony rooms. So Sherry and Jupiter had a room, Ella and Kyla had a room. They were connected via a door, so it was basically one big room. And then the balcony was also connected, which was super cool. I mean, heck, their combined room was almost larger than the suite that I had. So we're traveling with 5. Your strategy with 4 might be different. But again, I'd be very interested in knowing what your tips and tricks are. So thanks for tuning in. Very much appreciate your time. Please like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends if you know anybody who would think this is interesting. And if I've gotten anything wrong, please comment, because I'm learning, you're learning. Let's, I mean, if you'll pardon a maritime analogy, all boats in the harbor rise if we share information. So thank you very much.